Not only her, the coach, but his family too. His wife told Richard these weren't solely his decisions. "If I don't approve, your plan is just a scrap of paper. After all, I'm the supermom who's been working day and night to feed you." His wife's words left Richard deep in thought. At the training ground, Richard watched each of DV's shots as if they were all personally aimed at him. Richard shared a story from his childhood when he accidentally bumped a white kid and ended up being the target of a mob. When he looked up in despair, he saw his dad hiding in the crowd, making a quick exit. Richard continued, and the father and daughter embraced tightly as if they were engaging in a heartfelt "don't let me down again" hug. In this war moment, their differences about the competition disappeared like smoke. He quickly registered for the West Coast Band Classic, a tournament boasting a whopping $400,000 prize. Although the championship prize was enticing, Americans were most captivated by DV's first professional match. Even though DV hadn't played in 3 years, Richard's promotional efforts really paid off. The night before the match, an agent showed up with a $3 million contract that smelled better than fresh cookies. Such an offer left Richard's family in shock and awe. However, DV glanced at the contract and didn't jump at the chance right away, leaving West Coast understandably frustrated. DV thought winning the first match would bring better offers. Easy. Not really. As the match began, he faced an unknown player, but felt like he was hit with adrenaline. But soon, he fell behind 2 sets, and his mentality crumbled like a cookie. When the score hit 0-30, the agent couldn't watch anymore and promptly walked out. At this crucial moment, Richard swooped in like an eagle, advising DV to stay calm. After a brief pep talk, DV's eyes were as fierce as a dragon, ready to turn the tide. DV, back on track, showcased his true strength, slowly dominating the score and leaving the opponent helpless. Ultimately, DV achieved an epic comeback, bagged the win, and saw that contract soar to $4 million. At the same time, DV's confidence skyrocketed, ready to challenge the world's #1, who seemed a bit down. Meanwhile, Little V was anxious to shine on court, feeling Dad cared less. Richard encouraged Little V, like both siblings were flowers eagerly waiting for spring. In Richard's plan, Little V was a budding flower with a clear goal, waiting to bloom. Before the second round began, the stadium was packed tighter than a can of sardines, the atmosphere buzzing. The 14-year-old tennis prodigy, could DV defeat the world's #1, who looked a bit down? Amidst the cheers, DV nervously stepped onto the court, butterflies dancing. The match officially kicked off, with DV serving first, feeling as relaxed as playing a family game. After the first match experience, DV seemed way more relaxed today. With unpredictable shots, his opponent was left dazed. What a play! As the match progressed, DV played even more energetically, feeling like a champion after winning the first set. The audience was stunned by his talent, making Richard beam with pride while his opponent looked disappointed. Just when victory seemed certain, the opponent pulled a few tricks out of his sleeve. Richard felt a bit uneasy, but could only hope DV kept his composure and fought on. Meanwhile, DV in the court looked a bit lost, unsure about his next move. Until 10 minutes later, when the opponent swaggered back onto the court, and the match resumed. Both players seemed like different people. The opponent had regained his composure while DV was struggling. DV hits were full of mistakes again, causing Richard to feel both anxious and heartbroken. Outside, the tension felt like a 180-degree shift for Richard, while Missy and his girlfriend were equally on edge. A string of errors sent DV mentality into freefall as he lost the second set 3-6. In the deciding set, DV fought desperately to regain momentum, but couldn't find a breakthrough. His inexperience and mindset issues became apparent as he watched his daughter struggle on the court, causing Richard great pain. This time, Richard just sat quietly in the stands, like a fan supporting from the sidelines. He seemed to realize that DV still had a gap to bridge, as she ultimately lost 1-2 against Sanchez. After the match, DV stayed in the locker room alone for a long time, regretting missing out on victory. Subtitles, he was thinking in his heart that he might have lost the big contract, but his parents' comfort made him realize that they didn't care about the result of this win or loss. DV stood up again, walking out of the locker room proudly like a soldier returning from battle. As he left the court with his family, a huge crowd was cheering his name. Don't forget to like and subscribe.